Hey guys, and welcome back to the Fourth Quarter Comeback YouTube channel. And I'm just going to get to the point, man. We are here for a Madden 24 franchise. And yes, it's not going to be on the next gen. I knew you were going to ask, and I'm just going to tell you right away. This series is not going to be on next gen. Now, I do have news. I will be getting an Xbox Series S, and we will be doing a really cool franchise there within the next couple months. But until we get a Xbox Series S, I thought that it would be fun to play a franchise on the current gen and, just play with the buggy mess that is Madden on the current gen. And I thought, what was I going to do? What was I going to do? Was I going to do another Commanders franchise? Was I going to try to take a team that was already established and play with them and, just try to build that team up? And then it hit me. We're going to do something really cool this year. What we're going to do this year for Madden 24 on the current gen is a New England Patriots Dynasty rebuild franchise. Now, what is a Dynasty rebuild franchise? We are going to try to replicate the success of Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, Robert Kraft, and all those amazing owners and players that made the New England Patriots that 6th Super Bowl juggernaut in the 2000s. We're going to try to replicate that with a twist. We're going to try to win 7 Super Bowls. Now, you've seen this concept before, but we added yet another twist to it. We are going to treat the New England Patriots as a modern expansion franchise, meaning we are going to cut every single player. That means we are going to gut the New England Patriots and genuinely rebuild them from the ground up through the draft, through free agency. And it is going to be the long haul. This isn't going to be like a, sim franchise and then try to, build through the draft. No, we are playing every single game, and we are treating the New England Patriots as a modern expansion team. Now, we have to have rules. Let me explain what those rules are. We can't sign any 2023 or first round picks from the 2022 draft. We can't sign any players over a 69 nice overall, with an exception of 2 players. We can sign 1 star dev player at a 65 overall or lower. We can't have any current Patriots on our roster. We can sign 1 legendary Patriot under 40 years old. We're allowed 1 NFL legend to rejoin the league as a Patriot. We must sign 1 draft bust. This player cannot be released and must start for 1 full season. Our number of wins determines the number of free agents we can sign in the offseason. Difficulty. This is a cupcake franchise, We're going to be really bad during season 1, even with our X Factor players, even with our legends. We're going to be really bad during season 1. So I didn't want to put this on all Madden and make it like super difficult for us to win games, because I know it's rewarding when we do, but it can get really frustrating. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with default all pro, and if default all pro is too easy, we will buff it and make it harder on us. So we will make the CPU better. We won't touch our stuff, and that's where we'll go from there. We're going to keep it on all pro, but we're going to make the CPU better. And if we outgrow all pro with the CPU, buffed the CPU. I can't talk today, guys. The CPU buffed, we'll move to all Madden, and then we'll try to get sliders for all Madden. But hopefully by the time we get to all Madden, we'll be a lot better and we'll be able to play on all Madden just with like regular all Madden sliders. So that's where we're all Madden sliders. I don't know what's going on with my voice there, but that's what we're doing. Default all pro right now, and if it's too easy, we're going to buff it. Now that that is out of the way, you can see, guys, we are a 0 overall. We are a 0 overall offense, 0 overall defense, and really, we're just a 0 overall. Big fat goose egg. Let's get some players on this team. Pick number 1, left tackle, number 75, from the Chicago Bears, Larry Borom. Pick number 2 from the Carolina Panthers, quarterback number 2, Matt Corral. Pick number 3 from the Detroit Lions, middle linebacker number 55, Derek Barnes. Pick number 4 from the New York Football Giants, center number 68, Ben Bredeson. And finally, pick number 5 from the Jacksonville Jaguars, left guard number 78, Ben Barch. Now, if you had an eagle eye, you should see that I signed Blake Prohl to be one of our wide receivers to try to fight for a spot on the team. I thought that it would only be right to sign his brother, Austin Prohl. Both these guys, sons to the legendary Ricky Prohl. Welcome to the team, Austin. Now, punter and kicker are usually only one player per team, so I had to, dig into free agency to pick up some special teams guys for us. So at punter, number 0, I picked up Michael Pilardi. And at kicker, I picked up number 11, Matthew Wright. According to the rules, guys, we had to sign one draft bust, and they had to be a starter for the year. So with my obsession with a career redemption for Tim Tebow, I brought in Timothy Richard Tebow out of Florida to be our quarterback for this season. He is our draft bust pick, 6'3", 255, 36 years old, 6 years experience out of Florida, Timothy Richard Tebow. I'm excited, I'm excited to, get out there with the southpaw and play some football with Tim Tebow, really fix that, get that redemption out there. But getting into the ratings, you can tell me if I need to buff these, but I gave him 87 throw power, 81 deep accuracy, 83 medium, 85 short, 65 awareness, 78 throw on the run, 79 play action, 72 under pressure, 76 break sack, 85 speed. So what you see here is what I feel would have been his max, what Tebow would have capped off at. And he's a 68 overall at 36 years old. See, it's going to take another 32,000 points, 33,000 points to upgrade anything for Tim Tebow. So I think that these are fair attributes for him to have. If you feel like they need to be buffed, let me know down in the comments down below. But I think that this is decent for him, that this is what we should be rolling with. And I'm going to let you know that I did a little practice with Tebow already, and I think that it's very accurate. I'm just going to leave it at that. I think it's very accurate. Tim Tebow, QB1 for this season. Also, according to the rules, we could sign one Patriot legend under 40 years old, and you could see I chose tight end number 87, Rob Gronkowski, 6'6", 265, 34 years old, 11-year veteran out of Arizona, and one of the only X factors on this team. He's a 96 overall. And you can let me know if you think that's too much for this team, but I feel like I didn't want us to be completely handicapped, and we brought in 2 legends. I'm going to show you the other legend here in a minute. But Rob Gronkowski, and I feel that I'm a tight end guru. I've always been really good at drafting tight ends, in my opinion, and working with one of the greatest tight ends of all time, Rob Gronkowski, I think it's going to be pretty awesome for the series. So I've made his ratings as good as I believe they should be. The short route running is really good. The awareness is really good. The speed is really good for him at his age. The blocking could be better. Let me know if these need to be buffed down in the comments down below. But 99 spectacular catch. Rob Gronkowski is here, and he's 34 years old. So I don't know what's going to happen after season 1. If he's going to want to sign a new contract with us, what we're going to do with Rob Gronkowski. But he's only 34. I mean, he might not retire after season 1, so we may have him around for a while. And how awesome will it be to be throwing with Tim Tebow to Rob Gronkowski? Welcome back to the Patriots, Gronk. On to our final player. Yes, we brought in Calvin Johnson. We could bring in one NFL legend from retirement and have them come back as a Patriot. And I chose Calvin Megatron Johnson. What could have been for this guy? He retired early, but he was so good. I remember him playing with the Lions and Matthew Stafford on Thanksgiving. The guy was amazing. 6'5", 237, 37 years old, 9-year player out of Georgia Tech. But man, playing with Megatron? Come on. I tried to make him look as close to Megatron as I could. Made him an 87 overall X Factor. As I said, guys, you can let me know if these need to be buffed in the comments. But 90 speed, 90 acceleration, 93 catching, 95 catching traffic. This dude had some of the best catches I've ever seen at wide receiver. If you don't know who Calvin Johnson is, like if you first started watching football like this year and you're younger and you don't know who Calvin Johnson is, look him up. This guy had some of the best catches. Look up the snow game against the Eagles. One of the most iconic pictures I think I've ever seen in football. But we brought him in for at least 1 year for us. He's 37 years old. He might retire or he might go down drastically. So I don't know what we're going to do with these two guys after this season, if they want to continue being Patriots or not. You guys can let me know what you think, what your suggestions are for these players. But we brought in Tim Tebow, Rob Gronkowski, and Calvin Johnson. Those were our 3 players that we could bring in this year, and I feel like it was the right move. But you can let me know down in the comments down below if you have other plans. Now that the initial players have been unveiled for our new Patriots roster, and you've seen the 3 special players that we brought into the team, with that being Rob Gronkowski, Gronk, Megatron, Calvin Johnson, and who I like to call the fourth quarter savior, Tim Richard Tebow. We talked about all those guys. I wanted to talk about, this first preseason and how we're going to handle bringing in free agents that, want to make a roster in the NFL. And I thought, since this is in a fantasy world, this would never happen in real life with the Patriots. I thought that we would bring in 4 free agents from a very special football league. May I introduce to everybody the Fourth Quarter Football League. That's right, the Fourth Quarter Football League. And it's a spring league. It's a lot like the Spring League, the XFL, the USFL, except for it exists in this universe. And we, as this new team, are allowed to pull exclusively from the Fourth Quarter Football League players for our team. I don't know if this is going to continue past season 1, but I have 4 players from the Fourth Quarter Football League that will be joining the New England Patriots for at least this first season. You guys remember that rule that I said, during the rules that we could only bring in 1 star dev player this year? Well, let me introduce you to our only star dev player on the roster, and that is out of the Tokyo Condors, out of the Fourth Quarter Football League, wide receiver number 0, Yoshihiro Katana Takahashi. And there's a reason why his nickname is Katana. We'll get into that here in a minute. But I had to give this Fourth Quarter Football League star, quite literally star, a chance on our roster. 5'9", 195, 1-year player out of Rutgers. He's got some really good ratings and some ratings that we can work on. He's got 86 speed, 91 acceleration, 79 catching. His catching traffic is a 74. The route running does need work, but 90 agility, 91 jumping. 90 change of direction, 84 juke move. We could do a lot of things with Takahashi out there on the floor, on the field. Somehow this turned into basketball. But Yoshihiro Katana Takahashi, and fun fact, did have some experience in the NFL with the Seattle Seahawks. So we're going to give him a chance here. See what the Katana can do for the new Patriots. Up next is quite literally a giant from the Oklahoma City Bisons. We have tight end number 86, Billy Country Boy Stackhouse. This dude is 6'8", 256 pounds, 23 years old here, but he's 24 years old now, out of Houston. He actually does have some NFL experience as well, playing for a team from his home city, the Houston Texans, as you can see. But looking at the core attributes, man, he's got 80 catching, 89 speed, 73 awareness. Now, we do have some things we got to work on. That short route running is terrible. The medium and deep route is okay, leaning on bad, but we can really work on it. The blocking, not great as well. But I think the best thing about this player is that he's just so big. If we throw the ball up to it with that catching, he's going to come down with it. 74 spectacular catch, 80 catching. But the really cool thing about Billy Stackhouse is this. Let me show you. 90 throw power, 79 short accuracy, 78 medium accuracy, 75 deep throw, 77 throw on the run, 67 throw under pressure, 80 break sack, and 70 play action. We have an emergency quarterback on our roster that is 6'8". A 6'8" quarterback. I'm just throwing that out there. We have a tight end that could also play quarterback. So just saying, in an emergency, if our quarterbacks go down, we got a guy that we can put out there and call the plays. Up next, guys, we have another international player for the fourth quarter football league with the London Black Knights. We have right outside linebacker number 16, Oliver George III. 6'2", 245, 24 years old, one-year player out of Boston College that also spent some time with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But I think the coolest thing about Oliver George is he's actually English as well, you know, growing up playing rugby. But he's coming over here to the States to play once again for an NFL team, and that is the Patriots. So welcome to the team, bruv. We're going to show you some of his core attributes right now. 69 tackle. We're going to work on that. I might even use Oliver George myself. Oliver George III, sorry. 76 hit power, 81 speed, 83 acceleration. That pursuit, +1 at 79. Finesse moves at 74, 76 strength, 83 agility, 87 jumping. We have actually a pretty good project player here with Oliver George III. So I'm going to give him a shot. You know, I'm going to give the former rugby player a shot in the NFL again on the new New England Patriots. Welcome to the team, Oliver George III. Last up here, guys, we have something special. And I really do mean something special. Wide receiver number 15, Justin Blackburn. Look at the height, 6'6", 220, 24 years old, 2-year player out of Connecticut. He's the only player that we picked up that actually has experience on 2 NFL teams, the Raiders and the Bills. And he's got nothing but natural ability. 82 speed, 85 acceleration, 78 catching, 76 catching traffic. The route running could be better, but 84 spectacular catch, 81 jumping. All of his secondary attributes are in the mid to high 70s, minus his spin move and trucking. And the blocking's not the best, but he's just a freak athlete. And he grew up privileged, you know. Everything came easy to Justin Blackburn until he came to the NFL. He went to the Raiders, spent a little bit too much fun off the field, ended up being shipped to the Bills. Then he was shipped to the fourth quarter football league to play with the Huskies up in Canada. But we're going to give him another shot, man. I feel like he has potential. I feel like he has potential in being mentored by Calvin Johnson, another player that was built like a brick house. I was going to say something else, but this is YouTube and I can't say those kind of words here, but built like a brick house and all the ability in the world at 6'6", 220. What can we do with Justin Blackburn? Can we give the football bad boy another chance? Also, one final thing. You see where Patriot Pat is right there, or the logo. Not Patriot Pat, because Patriot Pat was one of the old helmets. How awesome is it going to be to play with those throwback uniforms with the Patriots? We got a lot of really fun uniforms to play with this team. But right where the Patriot logo is, I'm going to put another logo. That's right. That is our Xbox Series S goal. Every time I put money away for the Xbox Series S, you will see that come up. You'll see how much money has been saved for the console. Just to let you know that I am planning on getting one. I'm saving money for one, and we will be having a next-gen Madden 24 franchise. It will happen, and I'm going to keep you guys updated so you know that it will happen. Okay, let's play. Now, the focus players, guys, this is who I have set up right now. We have Yoshihiro Takahashi. I think we should have him in here for sure because of that star development. And having him as a focus player, we can help develop him faster. And I think we could get him up to a 70 really quick, if not higher. 24 years old in the set is 65 and a star dev. We definitely need him in here at focus player. Ben Bredesen starting as center. Gotta have him in here as well. Get as much snaps and much training focus as possible. Now this last one, Matt Corral. I've been going back and forth on this one, whether I want him in here or not. We obviously can't start Matt Corral because with the rules, we have to have Tebow start. He's a draft bust, and he has to play all year long in the starting position. So I thought about it. Matt Corral's got to be in here for now, but I did think about some other guys that I could possibly put in here, and the biggest one is our boy Justin Blackburn. I mean, he's 24 years old, he's a 61 overall, but look at the size. You know how big this guy is, 6'6", 220. Could be taking over for Calvin Johnson here on the offense. So I don't know if we're going to keep Corral in here or, you know, if we're going to put Justin Blackburn in here. But it was between these two, and as of right now, it's still Matt Corral. That way he can still develop, even though he's not going to hit the field this year. Well, we'll see him in preseason, but you guys know what I mean. Look at that, guys, man. I said to put Yoshihiro Takahashi in focus players for training, and he's already got an upgrade point. He's going to get +1 catching traffic, +1 catching, +2 release, and +1 short route. So, one of the guys that we brought in, homegrown for this world, already has an upgrade, Yoshihiro Takahashi. Welcome to Thursday Night Football, man. Welcome to Foxborough. And this is our first little bit of, you know, preseason here on our first season. We're going to shot at Tebow. I tried to get as many shots of, here's Calvin Johnson. I tried to get as many shots of our New England Patriots to start this preseason. Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime Video. And there he is, man. Calvin Johnson. First game in years. Coming out on the field is our starting quarterback, Timothy Richard Tebow. Wearing that number 15. I tried to make him look as accurate as possible. Look at him pointing at us. The guns are showing. Man, I'm ready to go. Are you guys ready? I'm ready. Okay, guys. So as you can see here in these 3 preseason games, is I actually just cut my recording down and came back in and did voiceover over top of it, sort of like commentary, like I did. Well, it actually is commentary. I don't know what I'm talking about. Sort of like commentary, like what I did for Oilers franchise. If you remember, I recorded it, came back in and did my commentary. I'm still working on trying to get my volume up for my voice, and as you can tell, the on-field volume isn't the greatest. As you see, a nice run there by Tim Tebow. Nothing was open. And I wanted to try to get the best recording possible. Laser to Rob Gronkowski. First completed pass by Tim Tebow. To try to get the best recording possible for you guys. So if you want to see like this type, or if you want to see like live recording, let me know down in the comments down below and we can figure something out. As far as the presentation goes with these first 3 preseason games, is Darrington Evans is the handoff by Tim Tebow for a very nice first down. I did a mixture of play the moments here in the first game. You'll see our defense is, well, I have words for our defense as Tebow is going to take off here. He's not seeing anything open. Nice block by Billy Country Boy Stackhouse. In the second game, we did all offense. And in the third game, well, let's just say that current gen Madden, it showed its ugly head in the third game. So you'll see what we did here, but with these 3 preseason games, I didn't want to like make this video super long as it's close to an hour in editing. That I wanted, you know, just a crisp, fun preseason for you guys as we get another completion for Tim Tebow, brings up a 3rd and inches, gonna hand off to Darrington Evans, and it is a huge first down for the Patriots. Nice little drive building here for the new Patriots as we have a Megatron sighting. Tim Tebow to Calvin Johnson. How fun is that as we get another completion from Tim Tebow to Big 81. First and goal here for the Patriots. Tim Tebow going to take off, has a block, and he's going to fumble the ball. So the first offensive drive for our new New England Patriots ends with a Tim Tebow fumble close to the 2-yard line. I mean, Billy Stackhouse was right there, and we had a block. I think if we went the other way with that ball to the left instead of the right, that would have been a touchdown. Alright guys, so here's our first look at our new New England Patriots defense as we have Houston here on offense. You know, the funny thing about Houston for me personally, is I feel like Houston, it seemed to like adapt that, you know, culture of the New England Patriots. Nice hit there by Derek Barnes. But they seem to be like the Nega Patriots. Like the only similarity to me, other than, you know, like a similar offensive style, is that they have a similar color scheme. You know, they have no Super Bowl, so I can't call them like a legit Patriots clone. But Damian Pierce is going to get stopped again by Derek Barnes. Had a really nice first game here with us, as we're going to see Tim Tebow chatting it up on the sidelines with his boys, probably telling Megatron here a nice joke. And now we have entered the second quarter. Houston still on offense. We have Davis Mills here at quarterback, picking up a first down with the pass. 2nd and 2, Mills drops back. That's going to be a touchdown. Adam Humphries. I'm pretty sure this was Adam Humphries. I didn't go back and check, but that is a weird number for him. Number 27 on a wide receiver? I don't understand. Now, second team offense here for the Patriots. Corral in, handed off to Jake Funk. Now, I did have a really fun time with the backups here in this game, as that was a nice pass to Yoshihiro Takahashi, broken up there. Corral on the run, just going to end up throwing this one away. Next play here, we're going to get the first run by Max Borghi. Guys, remember him in the XFL for the Roughnecks, basically their version of Christian McCaffrey, as Matt Corral is going to find an open Justin Blackburn, making their first connection here in the preseason. Matt Corral feeling the pressure, just going to throw this one away. 2nd and goal for the new New England Patriots. Play action. Corral says, "Screw the reads, I'm going for the end zone myself." That is going to be the first successful quarterback rushing touchdown. Is he throwing some shade at Tim Tebow for not being able to get in the end zone? Fumbling on like the 1 yard line? Touchdown, Patriots. Moving on to the third quarter here, the New England Patriots back on offense. It's going to be a completion from Matt Corral to Austin Prohl. Play action for the Patriots. Corral to throw, going to find Katana. That's right, Yoshihiro Takahashi is going to get his first catch, but it's going to get blocked up, but he was about to taste that end zone. 2nd and goal for the New England Patriots, and that is going to be a country boy touchdown. That's right, with the Gronk smash as well. I'm seeing some kind of mentorship here with Rob Gronkowski to the young tight end. But check this out, guys. Not only does Billy Stackhouse get his first receiving touchdown, we get our first passing touchdown. Matt Corral with a passing and rushing touchdown in our first preseason game. 3rd and 4 for the New England Patriots, 31-14 here in the fourth quarter. The bad boy, Justin Blackburn, gets another catch here in the game. And as you can see, the cameras are still on him. The NFL is not unaware that this is the third opportunity for this young, full of talent wide receiver that we've brought in from the fourth quarter football league. And he's saying, man, I can still do it. I can still be your number one receiver here and not to be outshined. The Katana, Yoshihiro Takahashi, is going to get another catch here and puts the juke move stretching out for the first down. First and goal here for the New England Patriots. Corral to throw to another receiver that says, put me in, coach. I can catch too. That is Austin Proehl with his first receiving touchdown. So check it out, guys. Matt Corral has 2 passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown. So I think the future of the quarterback position here on the team after Tim Tebow is done with his first season. Who knows what's going to happen in season 2, but I think it looks pretty bright here. But speaking of bright, this next play is not on my behalf or Matt Corral's behalf. This is going to be a interception to end the game. But guys, I'm hype. First and second team offense looks pretty good. Defense, not so much. But man, we're back. We're here. Patriots, Takahashi, Stackhouse, Tebow, Calvin Johnson, Rob Gronkowski. Man, I'm ready. Let's get to game 2. But before we get into that, guys, we have to have some player upgrades. 3 player upgrades: Quincy Roche, Janaris Robinson, and Bobby Price. We're going to start out here with Quincy Roche. And for all these guys, I went into their scheme fits just to move them up, hopefully, in overall. See, this puts Quincy Roche up to a 68. He's going to get +2 finesse moves and +1 speed. Next up on the list is going to be Janaris Robinson as we go into Run Stopper. This is really going to help him out here, although he only stays at a 66 overall. It's going to get +3 block shedding, +1 play rec, and +1 pursuit. Finally, here we have the 60 overall Bobby Price. We're going to go into his scheme fit as well, which is slot, and that's going to get him +1 acceleration, +2 man coverage, and +2 play rec. Welcome everybody to the second preseason game, our first of 2 away games, and our first ever game is the new Patriots at Lambeau Field, as David Johnson is going to get a few yards there. 3rd and 7, Gronkowski is going to make this a 4th and 1. Coach decides to leave the players out on the field. The offense is still out there, and David Johnson cannot get the first down. Tim Tebow back to pass. He's going to find Gronkowski again, who puts a hell of a truck on that Packers defender. 2nd and 1 for the New England Patriots. Darrington Evans in the backfield. Going to get the handoff by Tim Tebow. Finds a wide open lane, and he's taken down by about 17 Packers. I think that's about a 20-yard run there. About one of the best runs I've seen of the preseason so far. Darrington Evans could be our guy, man. He really could be our starting running back moving forward in later seasons. You have to let me know what you think down in the comments down below, but I really like that first run there in this game. Alright, now 3rd and 6 here for the new Patriots. Tebow back to pass. He's going to find an open Megatron Calvin Johnson to pick up the first down here. It's going to be 1st and 10 Patriots. Now, here we go. This is why we're all here, okay? Tebow, back to pass. He's going to throw into double coverage. Touchdown, Patriots. Touchdown, Calvin Johnson. The connection is starting to heat up, guys. Tim Tebow to Calvin Johnson doing the airplane spin outside of the end zone. Just check this out, man. Tebow throws a wobbler of a pass. You know how I said it was very much Tim Tebow in practice? Calvin Johnson says, nah, it doesn't matter. I'm going to catch it anyway. Start of the second quarter here, Tim Tebow is going to hand off to David Johnson, who says, look, Darrington Evans, I can do the same thing, man. Trying to stay the starting running back on this roster is David Johnson. I don't know, man. You got some strong competition. 1st and 10 for the Patriots here on the Green Bay 34. Tebow passes to Billy Country Boy Stackhouse, who uses all 6'8" of that frame to get a first down and then some. But you know, there is another tight end, starting tight end on this roster, I apologize, and that is Gronkowski. Rob Gronkowski gets his first touchdown of the preseason. And how awesome is it, guys, that we get to do one more season with Gronk at the Patriots? I mean, that's just kind of wipe away those seasons with Tampa Bay. We have him back in New England, back in Foxborough. Tebow thrown to him. What could be better? All right, guys, we have another 1st and 10 here. Patriots, Tebow back to pass. He's going to find a wide open 81. Megatron is going to get his longest run after catch here in the preseason. Tebow scrambling, looking for an open man. And this, I believe, is the catch of the preseason by David Moore. What a fantastic grab. Great throw. Second team offense in here in the 3rd quarter. Matt Corral going to throw to big Albert O, who can't quite get the first down. It's going to be a 4th and 2. 4th and 2, the Patriots decide to leave the offense on the field, and another running back, possibly fighting for that starting position. Jake Funk gets the first down and then some. Corral is going to launch this one deep to the end zone. And who is that drawing PI? Oh, that's right, the NFL bad boy, Justin Blackburn. You know what that does? It's going to put the Patriots on the 1-yard line. On the 1-yard line, David Johnson walks into the end zone for the Patriots. Touchdown. And the last highlight that I have for you guys here in the second preseason game is on offense. Matt Corral with a beautiful throw on the run to find who in the end zone? Oh, that's right, number 18, Justin Blackburn. Look at him posing on the Packers fans. Is it starting already? A beautiful throw on the run to an even better catch. Justin Blackburn's out here trying to prove the haters wrong. He can still do it. He can still hang with the big boys. Alright guys, that is it for the second game of the preseason. As you see, Chris Rumpf Jr. has an upgrade here. We are going to go into his power rusher, which is going to make him a 60 power rusher and a 67 overall. He's going to get +1 awareness, +1 play rec, and +2 power moves. Hey guys, we're making a quick pit stop before we jump into our last preseason game against the Tennessee Titans. I have some real life issues that we have to talk about with the New England Patriots. And according to our rules, we can't have any current New England Patriots on the team. I just said New England Patriots a lot. Matt Corral, we took him in our expansion draft, and I thought it was a good pick for us. I thought that Matt Corral could possibly work behind the scenes and level up with the team while Tebow is playing, because with our other rule we signed a bust, and that happened to be Tim Tebow, and he has to start the whole season. So I put Matt Corral in a development role, gaining XP behind the scenes, that we could possibly use him for the next season, future seasons, depending on what we do in the draft. But Matt Corral was just released by the Panthers and signed by the Patriots in real life. So we have to do something with him. And rather than cut him, I believe we are actually going to trade him. So let me work on something, and I'll be back here in a minute. After a little looking around the league and what we are able to work with, the rules where we can't take any rookies from 2023, we can't take any first-round picks from this year or last year. Davis Mills looked like he was the best option with what we can work with. He's a 68 overall, only 24 years old. And if we go into the ratings here, they're pretty decent. He's got 87 throw power, 78 deep accuracy, 81 medium, 85 short, 70 awareness, 78 speed. We could really work on that. The agility is decent. Carrying's not, terrible. And he's going to more than likely be a backup moving forward on the team. And he's not going to be playing over CJ Stroud. That sucks with Matt Corral. Is not going to be playing as well. But then they get another quarterback they can also upgrade over the years. So I think it's actually going to be a even trade for us. I'm going to see if we can try to make this work straight up. If I can't, I will show you the deal that I ended up going with. And the deal is done. Matt Corral and a 2024 6th round pick to the Houston Texans for Davis Mills. That's right, the deal has went through. Matt Corral is now a backup for CJ Stroud along with Case Keenum. And really, if I were the Texans, I would want to have Matt Corral as my backup for my quarterback. He's 24 years old. He's got plenty of experience, to come in the league to become a long-term backup for CJ Stroud. And if he, happens to go down in injury, they got Matt Corral there to help them out. And what we got is we got Davis Mills. We have a certable, I have no idea what that means, but we have a reliable backup, 87 throw power, and look at the neck game, man. The neck is legit. Alright guys, player upgrades. So before we get into the final game of the preseason versus the Tennessee Titans, we have the 63 overall free safety, Mike Brown, who we picked up in the expansion draft. We're going to go into his hybrid, which is going to move up to a 62. He stays at a 63 overall. His upgrades are going to be +1 agility, +1 awareness, +2 man coverage, and +1 zone coverage. So that's pretty nice for one of our expansion picks. Well done, Mike Brown. So as you guys can see here, there's only like 2 minutes left in the first quarter as Derrick Henry is going to just walk into the end zone. This game, I believe, was just cursed from the beginning because you'll see what happens. Madden literally did not let me come into this game. I legitimately picked play all offense and it did this to me. We didn't score one time. It didn't let me come in at all. So I did come in and start playing, but it was way later in the game. It ended up being 3rd and 7 with 8 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. That's when we finally got to come into this game. I don't think that the Titans defense is that good that we don't score at all. Like at all. Luckily, guys, here in the fourth quarter, I was able to get you some usable highlights for the fourth quarter, and that was Davis Mills with his first touchdown pass as a Patriot to Blake Prohl. Blake Prohl getting out there on the field and scoring a touchdown. And the last play of the game here, 40 seconds left, 4 verts. Davis Mills is going to fire one to the katana. Unfortunately, he couldn't get the touchdown, but what a play. Okay, guys, so we have made it to the fun part. Not what we just went through with game 3 of the preseason, where we got to play literally no offense, and then coming in on 4th downs for whatever that was. We're going to get away from that before I start to get frustrated. But we got to a fun part. Aside from our number changes, we are at cut week. Okay, we have 18 guys to cut, and I thought that we would go by position instead of by all, because if you go in all, it becomes a little bit too overwhelming. So we're going to go through by position and move some guys to the practice squad, move some guys off the team. Okay, so I'm going to be honest with you. We brought in Ryan Griffin because he's got a mentor tag. Now, a mentor, if you've never played the new franchises in Madden, is that, like, if they have the mentor tag, they'll give your starting quarterback or younger quarterbacks on the roster XP. Well, they'll actually give everyone in your quarterback, everyone in the room, I'm pretty sure, XP. And I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place because usually teams don't carry 4 quarterbacks on their teams. They usually have 2 active quarterbacks and 1 on the practice squad. I'm hoping that Tim Tebow eventually gets a mentor tag and that we will be able to give our guys in the quarterback room XP. I've seen over a season where they'll change, because of right now Tim Tebow has the bridge quarterback tag, which is will help the next quarterback that takes over for us, whether that be Davis Mills or a guy that we draft. So I believe what we're going to do is cut Ryan Griffin. Take the loss of XP because we will be putting people in positional training and stuff like that. So we're going to cut Ryan Griffin. All right, so looking at the running backs, we brought in Jake Funk and Darrington Evans as draft picks. So between Max Borghi, shout out to Max Borghi, the XFL version of Christian McCaffrey. We brought him in the preseason just to see what he would do to fill out a roster spot in David Johnson. If I was to cut anyone from the team here, it would be David Johnson. He's a 69 overall and he's 31 years old. Now, we do have some guys that are like in their 20s and at a 69, and that's nice. 31 at 69 and running back, not a good move. So we're going to cut David Johnson right now. Looking at left end, we're going to cut Tim Ward. He just seems to be the odd man out here at left end. Looking at right end, looks like Brian Cox Jr. looks like he's going to be the odd man out at right end. Looking at left outside linebacker, we're going to move Ronnie Perkins to the practice squad. Quincy Roche is definitely playing. Clay Johnson, all right, I'm good there. Looking at middle linebacker, I'm going to put Patty Fisher on the practice squad. Let's put Bubba Bolden on the practice squad. You know what? Yoshihiro Takahashi could be our return man and wide receiver. Let's put Blake Prohl on the practice squad. That works there. At least Zach Ellis did show out in the preseason, so let's put John Bates on the practice squad. Let's move Josiah Bronson to the practice squad. That works. He's a draft pick, but we'll move Mike Brown to the practice squad. These last four are going to be really tough moves. We don't need to hold 3 tackles, so we're going to cut Avante Collins. He's gone. All these guys were picks, except for Don Bostic. He's 32. We're going to cut him. We will cut Bobby Price. We'll move Cam Sample to the practice squad. And that's it. Okay, so as far as number changes go, I'm going to go through the team and see which ones we're going to change due to retired numbers, because there are quite a few retired numbers through the Patriots. So I'm going to go down through here and show you guys who we're changing, and maybe we'll do some fun number changes as well for some guys that maybe want to start over fresh with a new number with these new New England Patriots. So without further ado, let's get with the number changes. Ryan Smith will now be wearing the number 21. Derek Barnes will now be wearing number 58. Ben Bredesen will now be wearing number 62. Greg Little will now be wearing number 70. The NFL bad boy, Justin Blackburn, has chosen to wear his high school and college number of number 9. And finally, our former rugby player, Oliver George III from England, has decided to wear his final rugby number of 13. So that's pretty cool, right? Okay guys, so with all of that done, this has been the first ever episode of our Madden 24 franchise series with the Patriots Dynasty rebuild. We're going to come up with a name for it, but we're going to try to win a bunch of Super Bowls with a terrible team, as you can tell. We're really bad, and try not to get slaughtered at our home opener against the Eagles in week 1, where we will set up basically everything else for the team with scouting and all that stuff. It's going to be really fun, but I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. And if you like the content, make sure to give it a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and that's just it for me. That's it for the Patriots this week. Later.